Okay, thank you all for being here today. With me is Scott Chase and Cam Beeson from the New Hampshire Attorney General's Office, and then we have the Mayor of Manchester, Jay Ruhe, and Captain Sean Layton, who oversees our investigative division. I'm Chief of the Manchester Police Department. My name is Peter Marr. We stand before you today to address a heartbreaking and concerning situation that occurred yesterday, March 27th at approximately 4 p.m. when the Manchester Police Department, in conjunction with the Manchester Fire Department and New Hampshire Fish and Game, responded to Pine Island Park to receive We received a report of an object floating in the water, which was later determined to be the body of a newborn female. An extensive autopsy was conducted today. Additional testing is being performed. So while we cannot share further details on that, we can say that we are treating this as a suspicious death investigation. Since the moment we began investigating this case, we have been in contact with the Attorney General's office, and our detectives are working tirelessly to follow up on every lead and piece of evidence. This remains an active and ongoing investigation. At this point, we are asking for the public's help. Specifically, we are looking for information on anyone who may have witnessed someone discarding anything into the water at Pine Island Pond over the last 14 days. Any information on ice conditions, including when the water was open. Any photographs or videos taken of Pine Island Park or Pine Island Pond since March 14th, 2025. Any information regarding anyone who may have been pregnant over the last 14 days who is no longer pregnant and does not have a newborn. Any discovery of any areas surrounding Pine Island Park with an unusual amount of blood. Any observations of a woman in need of medical care, particularly related to losses of blood, and any other suspicious or odd observations made that may be related to this investigation. We urge anyone with any information or suspicions related to this case to call our dedicated tip line at 603-716-7236. This line will be monitored directly by a detective. You may also contact the Manchester Police Crime Line at 603-624-4040. It's important to note that just because the infant was found in Manchester, it does not necessarily mean that the birth took place here or that the mother is from our city. It is also important to recognize that we do not know the condition of the mother at this time, so in addition to ongoing suspicious death investigation into the baby's death, we are all concerned about the mother's health and well-being. Any help, no matter how small, could be crucial in solving this case and bringing justice to this child. Thank you for your attention and cooperation in this matter. We ask for the public's help as we work to uncover the truth behind this tragic incident. At this point, myself and Scott Chase are willing to answer a few questions.
Chief, at this point, you said something about going back 14 days. Why 14 days? And, does that mean that you think the body's been there for 14 days?
Right now, what we know is that this was a newborn baby, so given that, we know that this was recent. So for investigative purposes, we're looking at a certain scope of time just to help narrow the investigation. But given the age of the child, we know that this was recent.
And why are you saying it's suspicious?
Right now, based on the facts that we have right now, this is being treated as a suspicious death. Again, as the chief said, there was an autopsy performed today that furthered our suspicions, and at this point, we're treating it as a suspicious death.
Was there a way to determine if the infant was a stillborn?
At this point, we're not releasing any further information from the autopsy. Again, we're treating this as a suspicious death of this baby girl.
Is the Attorney General's office handling this, or Manchester or both?
The Attorney General's office, as the chief said, has been made aware since the outset, and we've been working collectively to seek justice and find out more information about what led to this.
Chief, how rare is a call like this for this department? And, what is your message to perhaps the mother out there who may not know what to do?
It's very rare. This doesn't happen ever. And my message to the mother would be, come forward, tell us what happened. At the end of the day, you know, if she needs help, we need to be able to provide that help for her. And we're also trying to seek justice for this baby.
And again, the Attorney General's office would echo the sentiments of the chief on encouraging and urging the public to come forward with information. There's no doubt that somewhere right now, someone has information about what led to this baby's death and ultimately how this baby came to the pond. So we don't know who this baby was or if there's a woman out there who needs help. All we know is that she's a newly born baby girl and we need information, and we're asking the public to come together and to share that information.
So what was the extent of the recovery of the little girl, and how did the investigation start?
As I said earlier, we received a call there for something in the water. We determined it was an infant, and we removed it.
Chief, can you just talk for a minute for the department here? I know a lot of officers are here, and you guys are just coming off of the Harmony Montgomery case. How difficult are these cases for you as the chief in the wake? You know, you mentioned heartbreaking, concerning. Can you just talk about it personally and what it is for a department like this that's been going through so much?
Yeah, absolutely. It's heartbreaking to have to deal with. It's extremely tragic. I worry about the mental health of my officers. You know, this is very difficult to deal with, to go out and see this and then have to, you know, you can't just walk away. We have to actually sit here and deal with it and investigate it and so forth. But it's, you know, what it does to the officers is, you know, it can't be described. It's awful. Nobody likes to deal with stuff like this.
One more question, everybody.
You mentioned that there was something that made you call this suspicious now, the death suspicious versus, you know, just a sad case where somebody panicked and left the body somewhere. Can you tell us, was was the newborn left in a bag? Was it just floating? Was there any sort of, you know, injuries that would make you describe this more as suspicious or a murder?
Again, right now, there's certain facts that we're limited on sharing just to preserve the integrity of the investigation. What I am willing to say is that based on what we've garnered so far from the investigation, it has led us to make a determination that is suspicious, which is, again, why we're investigating alongside Manchester Police Department.
Thank you,
very much,
everybody.
everyone.
Okay, so the New Hampshire Attorney General's Office, Manchester Police, and other first responders, they're giving an update. You saw the tip line there on your screen. They're asking for the public's help. If anyone has any information about the body of a baby that was found yesterday in the area of Pine Island Park, we're getting new information this afternoon that they had received that report just around 4 o'clock yesterday, a report of an object floating in the water, and that is when they determined that they had found the body of a newborn baby girl.
Given the press conference we just heard, Marissa, one can deduce that there are still a lot of unknowns in this case because of a list of almost a dozen or so things they're asking the public for, whether it's photos of the ice at that pond over the last 2 weeks, anybody who knows anything about a person who was pregnant is no longer, or, if someone finds blood in that area. What they made clear today is that they're still working to figure out the identity of the baby and obviously the person who gave birth to her. They were quick to point out too, just because the body of this newborn girl, who they say based on the autopsy was under 2 weeks old, was found in this park in Manchester does not mean that they were born here in this area or the person who gave birth to them is in this area.
Right, so of course, trying to jog the memory of anybody who may be watching this. Again, you can see the tip line there on your screen. If you have any information, give that tip line a call, and we'll be sure to keep you updated on all of this as it develops.